Carmen here, Managing Digital Editor at Ms., and I am with Jessica Lee and Fiona Oliphant. And you both are the co-founders of Healing Equity United. And you're here to present on cultural humility and radical self-care for advocates of color. And I am so excited to talk to you about all of these things, and especially all of the ways in which they are connected. And so I guess just to get us started, tell me a little bit about Healing Equity United and sort of what made you want to bring this work to this field specifically.
Well, Jessica and I have 30 years of experience in the field of domestic violence and sexual assault between us, and what we noticed during those 30 years is that folks who live in the margins, folks who live at the intersections, marginalized populations, folks of color, gay folks, trans folks, you name the marginalized population, were detrimentally impacted by the services that they receive from usually mainstream service providers, and it was unintentional. Of course, we all aim to provide the best services that we can, but if we don't unpack our own baggage and unpack the ways that we learn oppression and the way we learn to oppress others, of course we are going to, translate that into our services or integrate that into our services. And so Jessica and I really thought it was important to create a space that would support organizations doing this work to unpack their stuff, change the model, and enhance their services.
Yeah, and I would just add that I think for us, healing is really part of it. And given what's going on in politics these days, our sexual assault advocates are going through, I think that conversation about healing and self-care and even organizations stepping up and taking care of their own staff is so critical. We're seeing more survivors now than we have before. The rise of the Me Too movement, gave people an opportunity to really come out and actually talk about their experiences in a way that I feel hasn't done before. And I think that for us, it's actually really important to talk about these things. How do we heal from this? How do we actually come together as a community? How do we end sexual violence?
Yeah, well, and I'm so interested, if these models are failing folks at the intersections and the margins, whether they're survivors or advocates, what do those alternative models look like? What's the framework that they're built on?
I think that one of the things that I've noticed, I've been an executive
Is that enough? My name?
Yes. Oh, no. And I think for us, the need for is critical to getting access, to getting healing, to getting even services. For us, talking about sexual violence is not easy. It's not easy for everyone, but it's heavily stigmatized. And when we use the models of let's talk about therapy, let's bring you in and get you services.
Talk therapy,
and not even
Thank you. One of my
I think we're missing some a lot of survivors. I know that growing up in my community, there are a lot of survivors who we're not comfortable speaking out about their experiences. We're stigmatized. And over the years, we've had a lot of institutions around sexual assault organizations come around with services that are culturally specific that actually address those cultural barriers. And I think because of that, they've been able to get access to services in a way that hasn't existed.
Yeah.
And I would just add that some other models that we are promoting are organizations that integrate spaces for challenging conversations within staff.
It is
right? So if I sense that I'm oppressed because of my race, or I'm oppressed because of my skin color, or because of my gender orientation, where can I discuss that in this office, in this organization? Because if we can't discuss it amongst ourselves, there's no way we can serve others who are dealing with the same issues. Right? So helping organizations to create spaces where they can have those challenging conversations and come out on the other side. Because a lot of organizations no, let's not discuss, that'll be a problem, no. But no, let's have those challenging conversations, work through them to not on the other side, and create alternative models. There is no one other alternative model. Yeah. So it could look like collaborative leadership. It could look like intentionally diversifying management, or it could look like changing the board recruitment. It could look like changing your outreach materials. There are a variety of different ways to come to this work that would promote cultural humility, cultural accessibility, ensure that radical healing is a seamless part of the culture of the organization. So regardless of staff turnover, that piece is still there.
Yeah, well, and connect the dots too for me a little bit. I mean, I feel like I can see it in my own mind, but connect the dots a little bit for me between cultural humility and radical healing, because I know those two things, they sort of they are predicated on each other, right? They need each other in order to really be manifesting at full speed. And so where would you say those things sort of meet, and how were they both pivotal to that process of making sure that the movement we're building is inclusive and welcoming and diverse and lifting everyone up?
So I would say for the cultural humility piece, a huge component of that is self-reflection. And so in order to do this work in a culturally humble way, I have to be able to look inward and really be honest with myself about myself. I have to be honest with myself about my prejudices, my biases, the way I may treat my API sisters or APA sisters, the way I may treat my male allies, the way I may treat my trans counterparts. I have to be honest with myself, right? And that process is not always fun. Right? Because you may unpack some stuff that's not very nice about yourself,
Yeah.
right? And so instead of beating yourself up and feeling guilty or feeling ashamed or saying, I didn't see that, I didn't notice that, I didn't realize that about myself, right? We turn to radical healing and say, it's okay. We all have grown up in a suppressive system. We have all drank that Kool-Aid, right? And so we have to support one another in order to be able to continue to do the work, because it's an ongoing, lifelong process, right? It's not just taking one class one afternoon and I'm done, I've got it, I'm good. No, it's really unpacking all of our stuff. Me supporting Jess to unpack her stuff. Me supporting you to unpack your stuff. And when it becomes hard, when it becomes tense, when we have challenging conversations that don't make us feel that great about each other in the moment, to be able to fall back on the framework of radical healing to support us to maintain the work moving forward. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would add that I think part of it is also just understanding what our privileges are, both the unearned privilege and also privileges, and how we want to leverage that, right, to help our systems. I can give you an example of, like, for me, I have been privileged in a lot of different ways. And it's not just, about education, I think about being a U.S. citizen. In these times, is a privilege, right? And how do I leverage that to support others that are being oppressed right now, and who are struggling, to work with case managers that are, dealing with their own stuff in terms of the time of immigration issues in this country. And how do I hold space for them? How do I use my privilege to be considerate?
Totally. And what do some of these things look like when they're integrated and put into practice? Like, what does holding radical healing as a value and radical self-care as a value look like on that organizational level? Like, how do we build a movement that makes space for that, those kinds of practices, and sort of lifts them up, and then also doesn't punish people for practicing?
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about. We actually had a workshop about 30 minutes ago where we were ending with the community care and the organizational care. And I think you sort of need both. I think so for us, like, community care is actually providing space. Think of it as like an extended family where you're held accountable to yourself and caring for others in your community, right? And where others are accountable to care for you. when you're able to build a culture like that in your organization, so that it becomes part of the organizational culture, then that radical healing can manifest. And so, for example, some of the things that we shared today at our workshop were like changing the way that people work, right? So like, does it have to be 5 days a week? Does it have to be 12-hour days, right? Can they work from home when it's a snow day, right? Or when their kids are sick, or like can they, put in a self-care line item, right? Or like just different things that we can do that we have fostering that community. And it's about like, making sure that we're mentors that we can be there for the survivors.
And I would just add that with the radical healing element integrated into an organization, there has to be commitment. So there has to be a commitment from leadership to, like you said, write this stuff into the grant proposal so that you have a line item dedicated for staff self-care and well-being. So that you have written into your proposal, staff will only work a 4-day week. Or you've written into your procedures, policies and procedures, that every staff member will have a self-care day quarterly. And if they don't take their self-care day quarterly, they will be held accountable by staff and leadership. So those are some things that organizations can do to say, this isn't just lip service. We don't want you to, quote unquote, get your nails done or, quote unquote, get a massage, right? We really take this seriously, and we are invested in your being able to stay in this work, right? And how can we lift you up in order to continue to stay in this work?
Yeah, and what are the reverberations of that? Like, what I feel like it's so powerful to envision any aspect of the feminist movement, but especially like an anti-violence movement that is actually about caring for survivors and putting them at the center, and then also caring for the people who are caring for them and putting them at the center too. And, not getting lost in the weeds, but really focusing on people and the humanity of the people in this space. The two of you have been building these intentional spaces and fostering these kinds of conversations. And what's the impact of them? Like, what is it? How does it filter out into the movement? How does it impact the survivors who are being cared for by the folks who are practicing? How does it all sort of connect, and what does that look like once it starts happening?
Yeah, so I was an executive director of a sexual violence organization in San Francisco where I implemented some of these practices. And I can tell you that the result of that was higher staff morale, less turnover. My staff came in excited to be there every day. 7 in the morning, not even morning people. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And our survivors it took them a little while to understand the changes in the staffing schedule. But they reported that they, had staff retention, like the staff felt present, higher quality of services, which eventually led to them, staying longer in our shelter. For us, when we're working with sexual survivors, they don't always stay for 2 months, right? And so, I would say that, in addition to higher staff morale, lower turnover, people were just having funders gave us more money. The board was a little bit, hesitant about implementing some of these changes at first, but once they saw that the staff changed as a result, and that our women were reporting higher quality services, great.
I will just add that it's not all cotton candy and sunshine, right? I mean, you will encounter some pushback and challenges because when I take up space, some people view that as my request that you take up less space, as opposed to all of us taking up our well-deserved space, right? And so, you ask what some of the, ramifications are in applying this work. There may be staff turnover. There may be board members who step down. There may be, folks in the sector who don't get why you're doing this work and why you are, disrupting the status quo, right? So, we have to be honest when we say that we are committed to doing this work. We're committed to supporting other organizations to do this work, but we can't ensure that it won't be rocket science,
Yeah.
right? But you have to have the eye on the goal and the intention, and once you go through that process, then you get to the results that Jessica was just describing.
Yeah. Well, and I like that too, because something I was also thinking about was, when I was looking into Healing Equity United, I loved the language of diversity and equity inclusion versus just DNI, right?
Yeah.
Like versus just let's add some people of color to staff and have them fit into the structure that was not built by or for them. So that counts. And I think going beyond the breakthrough, especially what we saw in Me Too, right, was this idea that women of color had, and specifically Black women, had created this movement, and then it sort of got co-opted very fast. And then there was this deliberate allyship of, actually, I'm sorry, I should have, been more intentional about this. Let's be intentional about it moving forward and make sure we put survivors of color at the center. And so what is that fine line where you go from sort of building within that existing structure and really doing that challenging work that dismantles it? Like, how can you tell when you're on the right track, when you're trying to go beyond the breakthrough, and that you're not just saying, okay, you can go get a massage at 6 p.m., but you still have to come to work at 9, right?
Right. So we were just talking about that actually this afternoon during our workshop. How do you simultaneously dismantle an oppressive system while recreating an equitable system?
Yeah.
Right? We don't know yet because we haven't done it in the society.
Yeah.
Right? But what we're asking people to do is to commit to the idea and to move forward in the work purposefully. So when, for example, you are reviewing your recruitment manual or your recruitment policies, really take a close look at how you're recruiting folks. Apply an equitable framework to your recruitment. It doesn't say that everyone's going to have equivalent salaries overnight, but it says we are going to be very, very purposeful in how we add to this community, right? And so, we don't actively ask anyone to overnight, dismantle your entire organization, lock your doors.
Start over.
And, you're saying just be mindful about how you strategically move forward in an equitable and humble way, and acknowledge where there are oppressive systems at work in your house.
Yeah.
Right? And then to be committed to dismantling them. So add something to that?
Yeah, I would just say that, our nonprofit sector and our nonprofit organizations were built on the structure of what is the, and that's how we were taught to operate, right? So not only are we dismantling and the learning what we were taught, but we're dismantling pretty much the entire sector and each organization, right? And so, a lot of times Fiona and I have some nonprofits that want to do this work. Can you just come in and do a 1-hour training?
Yes, and then we'll be done.
And then we'll be done, right? And we're like, do you want change?
Can you talk about inclusion for an hour, and then we'll keep going for another 45? Yeah.
And what's
fill it out?
interesting is that we hear this from both white folk as well as people of color, who want this just to check
Or other
out.
marginalized groups. Yeah.
Exactly. And so a lot of times, it's because you're changing the culture, right? And when you're changing the culture, you're talking about organizational change, and at the same time, you're talking about individuals changing. So you're doing two change models at the same time. And what people don't understand, that are new to this field, is that it can take years. And that people have to be okay with some people leaving the organization. They'll have to be okay with saying, okay, our funders are not going to fund this.
Yeah, I already know that.
It's a courageous step to take. And I think that, that is going to be great. Right? Like, we're breaking through to creating something new.
Yeah. Well, and I guess just sort of to close it off, what are some of the strongest first steps that folks can take towards that breakthrough? Like, where did you all sort of start this journey at? What would you advise someone maybe in the movement space, and also people who are leading in that movement space, right? Like the people in charge, but also the rest of us who are, working within those structures. Like, where does it begin?
Yeah, so I would say that it really begins with you. right? It really begins looking up. And I think, one of the things we talk about is white fragility, right? And Fiona and I talked about this being not just white fragility, and that's a very Western-centric idea, but it's about fragility in general. So, I have dealt with my own fragility issues, like within my own community. So the work for me began, when I was a kid, just looking at why do I feel this way? What's going on with me? What experiences have I had that's making me think about these things? And so I think for us, it's like, how do we start having these conversations with ourselves without judging ourselves for having these thoughts and feelings?
And I would add in terms of, leadership, right? The next time you're at those executive meetings, take a look around the table and ask yourself who isn't present. And then ask yourself, what can I do to make space and purposefully call in, bring in, and then support those who are currently missing. Because we have a lot of situations where folks are required to come to a meeting or, attend this quarterly da-da-da. And you are the executive director of a culturally specific organization. You're short resources, you're short hours, you're short staff, you're short of money. You don't have toilet paper in the bathroom. You have to go buy that yourself. And then somebody else wants me to come to a meeting without reimbursing me for my time, right? Without accommodating me in terms of location, right? And won't support me as I do the work in that space. I show up and I am the only one of fill in the blank crew, right? And then I'm silenced in that space anyway, right? So when you ask what the first step is, figure out who's not at the table. Invite them to the table. Support them in getting to the table in concrete ways, right? And then make sure you listen to their voice once they're at the table. You can't invite folks to the table and then tell them to be quiet. Your presence is enough. Thank you very much. I think for me, that's one of the hard things.
And I think for me, being radical, I probably would have gotten rid of that table to begin
You're like, actually, I would like an entirely new table. Yeah, well, and I think that is what it is, right? And I'm sitting here like, obviously, everyone else's first step is that they should all call Fiona immediately and have them come in for many more hours than just one.
Right.
And help folks rebuild that table. And thank you so much for all that you're doing. And I'm going to put links to both pieces about radical self-care and cultural humility in the description of the video so everyone can read them because they're really amazing and important. And I felt like I learned a lot just by sort of, challenging myself to really, it's such a quick shift, and I think it's such a powerful shift too, to change from that mindset of, well, I'm inviting people that are not responding to maybe I need to change the way I'm operating in order to make other people feel welcome in this space and in order to make this a space that is attractive and welcoming to them. And I love the work that you both are doing, and I'm so glad we got to talk today. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time. And thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yay.